On November 9th, 2025, just after sunset, the Sanriku coast of Japan was calm, quiet, and peaceful. Fishermen were closing their shops. Families were sitting down for dinner. Children were still playing on narrow streets lit by warm yellow lamps. Then, at 7:10 p.m., everything changed. A deep rumble rose from the earth. Windows rattled violently. Dishes fell from shelves. Car alarms screamed into the night. People froze for a moment. Then their phones buzzed. The emergency alert tone, sharp and unmistakable. Earthquake detected. Possible tsunami. Evacuate immediately. Sirens echoed across the coastline. Residents ran uphill without looking back. Old memories returned instantly. Memories of 2011. At Kuji Port, the sea began to rise. 20 centimeters. Not a wall of water, but enough to make hearts stop. Fishing boats slammed against each other. The harbor lights flickered. The entire region held its breath. In a small white house on the hillside, the Takahashi family reacted instantly. They had lived through tragedy before. In 2011, they lost their grandfather, a fisherman who ran toward the harbor and never came back. His final lesson became the family rule. When the ground shakes, don't wait, run. Within minutes, they grabbed their essentials: a radio, bottles of water, an old photograph saved from the 2011 mud, and their frightened dog refusing to leave the doorway. They ran through the cold night, their breath turning to mist, the harbor glowing red with emergency lights behind them. And then, after nearly an hour of fear and waiting, the sea stayed quiet. Only a small wave washed over the lower docks. And at 8:15 p.m., the tsunami advisory was lifted. People cried not because the wave came, but because it didn't. Part 2. The reasons behind the shaking and the fear. The two earthquakes, magnitude 6.7 and 6.8, were shallow, only 16 kilometers deep. Shallow quakes transfer their power directly to the surface. That's why the shaking felt so intense. But the real mystery was the rupture itself. According to seismologist Dr. Takashi Saga, the fault didn't break like a clean zipper. It tore in pieces, like Velcro pulling apart. Multiple small slips, scattered points of stress, a patchwork of ruptures instead of one giant break. This Velcro-style rupture releases energy, but not enough to create a devastating tsunami. Still, Japan took no chances. Within 10 seconds, Japan's network of 8,000 seismic sensors identified the quake's location, depth, and intensity. Within 1 minute, models predicted the potential tsunami risk. And within 6 minutes, a tsunami advisory was broadcast across television, radio, phones, and loudspeakers along the entire Sanriku coast. This rapid response system, refined after the 2011 disaster, is designed to warn the public faster than the ocean itself can move. But there is a deeper, older reason for fear in Sanriku. It lies in the land. Sanriku's coastline is made of long, narrow, funnel-shaped bays, beautiful from above, but deadly in a tsunami. These inlets amplify waves, just like squeezing water through a funnel. Small waves at sea can grow into giants by the time they reach shore. History has proved this again and again. In 1896, a wave reached 38 meters. In 1933, another wave climbed 28 meters. In 2011, more than 18,500 people died. Every family here carries memories of survival and loss. So even a small warning carries enormous emotional weight. Part 3. The future. What could happen next? Scientists believe the November 9th earthquakes may not be the end, but the beginning. Japan experiences over 1,500 earthquakes each year, but quakes stronger than magnitude 6 usually happen once every 16 months. More importantly, experts warn there is a 70 to 80% chance of a magnitude 8 or greater earthquake hitting along the Japanese arc within the next 30 years. That is not a prediction. It is a warning. 3 possible futures lie ahead. First, a larger offshore earthquake could strike the Sanriku region. The fault still holds pockets of stress. Any of them could slip without warning. Second, a bigger tsunami could occur. The November waves reached only 20 centimeters, but with Sanriku's funnel-shaped bays, even a moderate quake could amplify into something far more dangerous. Third, Japan will continue to evolve its defenses. Faster warning systems, AI-powered tsunami models, stronger seawalls, more evacuation towers reaching above the flood zone, and, most importantly, a society that never lets its guard down. Children in Sanriku learn evacuation drills before they learn multiplication. Families keep emergency bags by the door. Maps are taped to kitchen cupboards. When the alarm sounds, people move without hesitation. Because here, the sea is both a provider and a threat, a place of beauty and a reminder of the past. For the Takahashi family, for the towns of Yamada, Miyako, Kuji, and Ofunato, and for millions living along Japan's coast. Resilience is not a choice. It is a way of life. As long as the earth keeps shifting beneath Japan, the question is not if another disaster will come, but when, and whether everyone will be ready when it does.